All right, let's do this right now. Talk to our guy in the legal know, Jarrod Oxendine, oxlawfirm.com. If you are looking to get out, that's the place to go. Jarrod joining us for our monthly conversation. And, Jarrod, always appreciate you coming on. How you doing?
What's up, gentlemen? Doing great. How are y'all doing?
Doing better, relatively speaking, because I guess financially he's still doing fine than Kevin Costner. He can't get his wife to leave. What do you do here? Despite the prenup terms, his wife, his estranged wife, shall we say, Christine, won't pack her stuff.
Isn't that aggravating? So, yeah, he had a prenuptial agreement that said if they file for divorce, then she's going to move out. And that's because all these properties they've got are his premarital properties. And she won't leave. So I think the thing to know there is prenuptial agreements are enforceable, but they still have to be enforced. And so what Kevin's going to have to do is file a motion with the court to ask the court to order her out. And the court will, assuming that the prenup is held up. So she's got limited time, but he still has to go to court and make her move if she doesn't do it voluntarily.
May I ask this? Does that mean she has to stay in the house? If she leaves to do anything, is he entitled to go either change locks or stick somebody at the front door saying, no, you're not getting in?
Yeah, I think he could because they have a contract. I mean, she entered into a contract saying she would move out. So if she makes the mistake of having a girls' weekend trip, if I were him, I'd change the locks and not let her back in. I mean, I don't think he could get in much trouble for that because that's what they agreed to.
So a bailiff would have to come, if you will, and escort her out of the house if he files the motion?
Yes, if he files the motion, the judge grants it, and she still refuses to leave, then you would actually probably have a sheriff deputy come to the house, escort her out, and if she tries to come back after that, Kevin could call the police. She could be prosecuted and arrested for criminal trespass.
I can tell you his attorneys are on a little bit of the let's take an initiative here. They've put out supposedly what they've offered in terms of $30,000 a month, housing, everything paid for the 3 kids they have together. Do you like that approach, that publicly you want to let it be known that you are not only you going to take the prenuptial and do everything you said you were going to do, but now I'm going to tell you how good it would be for her?
Yeah, in certain circumstances for high-profile cases that are going to be in the media, if your client is being reasonable and the other person is being unreasonable, it's usually a pretty good idea to put that out there because the judge is probably going to hear about it and the court of public opinion is going to hear about it, and it's going to make her look greedy and unreasonable and probably impact the final outcome of the case. Now, if your client is being unreasonable, if your client is the wife and refusing to do what she's supposed to do and not reasonably negotiating, you probably want to kind of keep that under wraps.
Jarrod Oxendine with us, oxlawfirm.com, the place to go if you are having marital issues. And where would a conversation be without talking, Jarrod, about Corey Bierman and Kim Zolciak again? And we talk about certain confidentiality agreements. Could he step in? I would imagine he can, and make sure she doesn't talk about the divorce should she go back on the Housewives show on Bravo.
Yeah, as part of their agreement, I think these folks very much need to have a confidentiality agreement. In certain high-profile cases and circumstances, we do those from time to time, and there's a penalty associated with it. If you don't follow it, then we can put a dollar amount on it. But these poor people, I mean, I think basically Croy's not getting that NFL salary anymore, and nobody told Kim that. And she's continued to spend and spend and spend. And then I saw some article where his Rolls Royce got repoed, and I would be willing to bet that she was the one that was paying the bills historically. He had no idea, and now she's not paying the bill, and she's out there spending all this money like he's still making the NFL salary, and he's getting embarrassed, and all their dirty laundry is being, aired out in public. So it's unfortunate those folks can't be a little more reasonable and get together and resolve their dispute privately.
Yeah, and again, they have kids now. It's not 8 and 7 and 6-year-olds. I don't even know.
No, some of them are pretty young.
Are they that?
Yeah.
To do it in front of the kids is what bothers me as much as anything else. When you start making claims about drugs and you start making claims about gambling, you're just making this not only public record, you're throwing it up to a headline that a kid is absolutely going to pay a price for.
Right, absolutely. I mean, these kids are seeing the news flashes just like we are, and in cases that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, you would be shocked what information parents will put out on social media like Facebook about the other parent, talking bad about the parent and calling them names. And guess what? Your children's friends' parents are seeing that, and their friends are seeing that, and the kids are seeing it, and it's just awful. And, life would be just so much easier if you kind of kept that to yourselves and got along, right? But people are crazy. That's why I have a job sometimes, guys. People are crazy.
That's right. And if you can't get along, you need to contact Jarrod Oxendine. And where do they need to go, Ox?
Go oxlawfirm.com. The first consultation is free. We play to win, baby. Give us a call.
Yeah, play to win. That's it. Make sure you end up on the right side. Hey, we'll finish with this. I don't think it's legal, but if you ever wanted to just clunk some people's heads together in that big boardroom and just say, come here, both of you, both sides, get over here, and then just clunk their heads.
Will everybody please just shut up?
Yeah, because everybody's making these emotional decisions, right? They should be making business decisions. Wedding Crashers is one of my favorite movies. Y'all remember that opening scene where Luke Wilson and what's the other? Vince Vaughn are the mediators, and you've got the husband and the wife yelling and arguing, and she yells at her husband, "You shut your mouth when you're talking to me," right? And then they start trying to divide the sky miles, and, it's like that sometimes. It really is, guys.
Well, I've always said a good head clunking just stops everybody in their tracks, and you can start over.
It stuns them as you reset.
Yeah.
Well, again, oxlawfirm.com, not necessarily going to get your head clunked, but settle the situation, courtesy of Jarrod Oxendine. Jarrod, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Take care.